Always moving up, just leveling. Constantly telling them rhyming, riddling. Cycle through these streets, I'm pedaling. Hibernating the bones, you back again. Oh, put a little fire on the track again. Turn the music up, vibe like an icon. Icon, icon, yeah, if you want buff, you can go psycho. Psycho, psycho, head to head, bar to bar, turn the mic on. Mic on, mic on. Turn the music up, vibe like an icon. Icon, icon. Icon. Hot like 100. Hello. Loading, strap with the lyrics like I'm bowling. Pushing up, keep rolling. Don't wanna listen, but I told him one more time. Your favorite MC's bronze or silver. These raps here are golden. Cards on the table, there's no folders. But bars in the club, zoning. TikTok comes along, they get ripped off. Man get pissed off when I start lift off. Sweet like flavors, cookie and biscuit. Round here, yeah, the bars I get ripped off. Picked up my song, yo, every time I tripped up. Little pedicure, the big rock. Me and my G's do everything mix up. Full circle, like everybody linked up. That's irrelevant, maybe like an elephant. Keep your heart beating, know that it's silicon. Get mad but always benevolent. Always moving up, just leveling. Constantly telling them rhyming, riddling. Cycle through these streets, I'm pedaling. Hibernating the bones, you back again. Oh, put a little fire on the track again. Turn the music up, vibe like an icon. Icon, yeah, if you want buff, you can go psycho. Psycho, head to head, bar to bar, turn the mic on. Mic on, turn the music up, vibe like an icon. Icon.
What up? CSGs, how you feeling? Mic check. Can you hear me? Put a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me. How y'all feeling out there? Well, our Houston Rockets lost another. This game was just so anticlimactic. It was so anticlimactic, man. Like, looked like third quarter. By the third quarter, we in there. We up double digits. We gonna put it down. We gonna bring home a victory. And then the fourth quarter happened. Can y'all hear me out there? Am I good? No? Can y'all hear me? Mic check. Yes, no, maybe. CSGs, can y'all hear me? Audio good? Alright. For some reason I can't hear. So it's gonna be kind of a quick stream, man. I just want to go over to some things. I think we was doing great, like, to begin with. Our man Thompson, the dude looked special still. He was everywhere. He was hustling, balling. Jabari Smith, I think the boy had almost like 20 rebounds. He was good. He was hitting threes. He was moving the ball. Dylan Brooks. What we gonna do with Dylan Brooks? Dylan Brooks is starting to be, I hate to say it, starting to be a disappointment just as much as Jalen Green is a disappointment. Like, I don't even know where we go from here. We started turning the ball over. Aaron Holiday playing hero ball. It was just a bad look. You know, it was just collapse. It was collapse city. We couldn't do nothing right in the fourth quarter. And then I hate to blame the refs. I hate to blame the ref, but the refs, I don't know what it is about that lady ref, bro. That lady ref do not like us. I really don't know what it is, man. She give us the worst calls. Absolute worst calls, man. And it's crazy. It's crazy. I think if we would have had a better game from Sengun, This probably would have been a different story. Sengun, he usually balls out against OKC. Sengun he made a couple of defensive plays. He was did alright, but for the most part, Sengun really he wasn't the normal Sengun that we always see. Jaylen Green, man, I don't expect much from Jaylen no more. Fred VanVleet, man, only people showed up tonight was Jabari and our man Cam Whitmore. Pretty much everybody else was mediocre. And they started hitting threes and we started turning the ball over. That's the name of the game. They started hitting threes, we started turning the ball over. And that was just a bad look. That was a bad way to finish the game. If we would have lost by 2 possessions, a possession or something, but we ended up getting pretty much blown out by the fourth quarter. I'm like, oh, bro, I was ready to pull out my hair. I was ready to pull out my hair. We started, like, getting mixed up on defensive rotations. Like, it was the exact opposite of what we seen for the first 3 quarters. It was almost like you remember how we used to do the tanking? The tanking years, like last year? We'll put up a good 3 quarters in 4th quarter, we get blown out. That was the same way. Chet started hitting shots. SGA started getting and ones and started getting fouled, going to the line. They started just playing their game, and we stopped being aggressive defensively to take them out of their game. Our man was making SGA work. Why didn't Udoka put our man in like 6-7 minutes into the 4th quarter? When our man and Cam Whitmore comes in the game, they totally changed the landscape of the game. And then we started going. We started moving. We had less ball movement and started trying to go to the pick and roll and getting Sengun involved. And I think tonight that was to a detriment of this game to try to get Sengun more involved. Hell, even when I noticed this, even when our man comes in and Jalen plays with our man and Cam Whitmore, because they like to run. They like to get up and down and run. Jalen even looks better. But when Jalen is on the court with Fred VanVleet and Sengun, it's like he don't know where to fit because he don't like playing that style of basketball. It's like they slow the ball down and he want to go. It's like we got a Ferrari and Jalen, but we want to drive the speed limit in the city. It's not a good mesh. It's really not a good mesh. Jabari had an awesome game, man. Let me read these stats off, bro. Let me read these stats off. The game just left a sour taste in my mouth, man. I thought we was going to come in here and we was going to be celebrating again. Yeah, 2 in a row. We looking like we can make a little push. But nada. How about your CSGs? How about you, man? Look like it's going to be another long season for us. All right, here we go. Jabari Smith Jr. played 41 minutes, and he should because he was the best player on the court tonight. He was 6 for 15, 4 for 9 from the 3, 4 for 4 from the free throw line, 17 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, -2 with 20 points. He was our leading scorer, 20 points. 20 points with 17 rebounds. Jabari, man. Jabari. Dylan Brooks, 33 minutes, 4 for 10. He actually hit 4 for 5 from the 3, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. 2 rebounds, 2 assists, no steals, no blocks. I'm kind of baffled with his with his stats because a lot of nights he don't register a steal or a block, and he's supposed to be a defensive guy. And he's supposed to be. And he was -20. He had the worst plus minus out of the whole team. He was a -20 with 13 points. LP played 30 minutes. He was 6 for 12 from the field, 1 for 3 from the 3-point line, 6 for 7 from the free throw line, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 6 turnovers. 6 turnovers, bro. A -4 with 19 points. I would say this. His gravity do make the ball, I mean, because they got to try to double him and contain with him. It's like we're in a conundrum, bro. Like, he's the best player, but is this style really suitable for what we trying to do with the players we got around him? You know what I'm saying? Like, either we gonna run, get out and run, or we gonna be a half-court team. And the negative thing about being a half-court team, we allow the defense to get set. And none of our players are really one-on-one type players that can beat that man and break down on the defense. So that's not conducive to a good play. I don't know, man. Fred VanVleet, 38 minutes, 7 for 16, 4 for 10 from the 3, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, -11. He had 4 turnovers, -11 with 20 points. Jaylen Green, 32 minutes, 5 for 13 from the field, 1 for 5 from the 3, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, a -13 with 11 points. Jalen scoring just wasn't there, but he rebounded the ball, he assisted the ball, he had 2 blocks, he had an all right defensive game, except he got backdoor cut on a few times where it was like, Jalen, come on. Jeff Green played 16 minutes, 1 for 3 from the field, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line, 1 assist with 2 points. He was a -2. Amen Thompson played 21 minutes. He was only 2 for 10 from the field goal. He was 0 for 2 from 3, 2 for 4 from the free throw line. He had 6 rebounds, 2 steals, and 3 blocks. A -10 with 6 points. The dude defense is gonna be a first team all defensive player in his future, near future. His defense changes things. Even when he's not really scoring, you can see he affects the game positively. It just didn't nobody really come with him tonight, especially off the bench. Besides Cam Whitmore, 17 minutes, 4 for 9 from the field, 1 for 4 from the 3, 3 for 4 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block, a +5 with 12 points. Jock Landale, he only played 1 minute. He was an afterthought. Aaron Holiday, 11 minutes, 3 for 5 from the field, 1 for 1 from the 3-point line, 1 assist, -7 with 7 points. And the turnovers end up getting us, though. 18 turnovers. 18 turnovers, we can't win like that. 18 turnovers, we can't win like that. They had 9. 18-9. 18 turnovers, 9 turnovers. That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. All in all, man, this game, it's stung, man. I ain't gonna lie. Thought we was getting back, maybe into a groove of things. Play-in hopes kind of still alive. Maybe they turn in a corner. And then we collapse. We totally collapse. I'm baffled. Udoka, I'm just be all the way real. I'm gonna just be all the way real. Maybe Udoka ain't the coach we thought he was. I know the roster is bad. I know, but let's keep it 100. Even though Silas, we used to come in here and oh, we got us a super chat from Benny Mac. What's up, Benny Mac? Says starting lineup: 1 JG, 2 Cam, 3 Tari, 4 Amen, 5 Bari. You want Amen at the 4? You want Amen at the 4? That's an interesting lineup. But Jalen at the point, I don't know. I'd rather just have Jalen at the. I mean, our man at the 1 because he can't shoot. And then, are you going to rely on JG to actually make the passes needed in each possession down the court? When we see he got little hands, they barely slap at the ball, he lose it. His dribble not as tight. I don't know, but I do think we need somebody at the point guard that's gonna actually put rim pressure, and our man provides that. No, he can't shoot. He's not the best of shots. Appreciate that super chat, Benny Mac. I'm not totally disagreeing with your lineup. I just maybe think our man needs to be at the 1, and if you're gonna keep Jalen there, just let him stay at the 2. Bari, Tari, Tari, Bari. Well, you want Bari at the 5. I wouldn't mind seeing Bari at the 5, but he's not there yet. You know what I'm saying? He's not bulked up yet. He don't give Bari 20 pounds, man, 25 pounds muscle, and you see how he's rebounding already. Bari gonna be. Then I think he can handle some. Like mostly 5s, but he's just not. He's not body wise. He's not there yet. But I would say this. If we're gonna be once we get mathematically eliminated from even trying to make the playoffs or make the play-in or anything like that, once we get it's time to experiment with this roster. Hell. Put JG at point. What is it to lose? See what he got. Then EF, I agree with you. Put him at the point guard. See what he got. Put Bari at the 5. See what he got. Let Sengun play more of the 4. See what he got. Let our man and let our man get some real reps point guard and see what he got. Move him to the 3. Hell, move him to the 4 like you said. Why not? We ain't got nothing to lose. Then we can know who we can keep and who's switchable for next year. Who we got to get rid of for next year. What we got to do to make this team better. Because I always said, man, I'm a Rockets fan first. I'm not a stan. Whatever is going to let this team make this team get back to prominency and get back to actually being good, I'm down for it. Because our veterans, they're making stupid mistakes as well, bro. Like, it's not like, and we see when the young guys come in, they look better. Like, we get out, we run, and Sengun, he can play a fast paced game. It's not like that he's one dimensional. I mean, he played fast paced last year a lot. And then that's when we seen a lot of the the flashy passes and the behind the backs and the alleys. Maybe I know he's great in the post, but let's not make that our go to every possession in the half court. You know what I mean? Like, let the wheels fall off, man. Come on, take the shackles off these guys. Let them run. Who cares? Like, pace, whatever. Let them run. See what they got. Maybe they are better running, and it looks like they are better running. We can still do some actions here and there. Let Sengun get his points, but let's not make that the bread and butter. Let's not stick to that if it's not really working. It's time to just start experimenting, bro. Like, it really is. Because whatever we're doing right now clearly is not working. Still, it's not working, bro. I'm just being 100. When we was running tonight, now we can see. When we was running tonight, we was making them pay. Cause they not really an up and down team either. They like to get into the half court, let SGA facilitate and do what he do, and then get fouls and then kick it to the open threes. He's almost like a Harden. They use SGA kind of like a Harden, half court, all shooters around him. Let him break down the defense, then let him find the open player. That's their style of game. We don't have nobody like that to play that type of. This is why I say, like, when you got that type of guard, that Ja Morant, that De'Aaron Fox, that type of guard, you can play this way. But when you got Fred VanVleet that don't put no pressure on the goal, that don't really provide that rim pressure to where you absolutely have to kind of slide over and double him, or he's going to get a foul, because either he's going to get fouled or he's going to get a bucket. SGA either going to get fouled or he's going to get a bucket. When you don't have that type of guard, this half-court stuff is not conducive to winning. And let's be all the way honest. Yeah, Denver won a championship. But look how long it took them to really win a chip. And are we going to say they're going to win a chip again this way? They actually had to find the right people for Jokic to play with. We don't have that Jamal Murray type of guy yet to pair with Sengun if that's the way you want to run your team. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really about to be some tough questions got to be answered. It's some questions that's gonna have to be answered. Who's ready? Who's not? Who's here for the long haul? Who's not? Who's producing? Who's not? Who we can live without? Who we can't? And if that means Jalen gone, so be it. So be it. And I'm just so tired of. I know y'all are too, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all are too. But I'm so tired of this losing, and I'm tired of it, bro. It's old already. I'm talking about it's so old already. It's like, what we gotta do? I'm ready for the Rockets to be a good team again. I'm so ready for us to be a good team again. I really am. Like, I was talking to somebody on Twitter yesterday. I'm like, I'm over Fred VanVleet. I'm over Fred VanVleet. I still think maybe he was a better choice, but I'm over him. His negatives don't outweigh the positives. They just don't. A small, inefficient guard that don't put rim pressure on you and streaky three-pointer, that's not an elite guard. That's not an elite guard. You know what I'm saying? Like, name one guard that's small like that, that's not effective at the rim, that don't put rim pressure, and when he do get to the rim, he blows the layup because he's just too short to get over people. Then he's very streaky from the 3-point line. All he does kind of well is run a pick and roll. But then even him, y'all talking about Jalen Green don't make skip passes. Neither do Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet makes the easy, predictable pass to Sengun, and then he try to let Sengun in the short roll find the corners and find the open man like skip passes and stuff like that. I seen more skip passes from Sengun than Fred VanVleet. His negatives don't outweigh the positives. Yeah, he might be a leader. He might can say the right thing. But right now we need production. And we need production in the right way. We need a floor raiser. We got a high ceiling because if all these guys pans out, our ceiling is up there. But our floor is way down here. Our floor is bottom tier. And our guys is not going to be up here for 3-4 years. Jabari is not going to be his best self until like 3-4 years. Jalen, Arman, Cam, Sengun, it's not going to be the best version of themselves until like 3 or 4 years. We needed somebody to raise our floor. And Fred VanVleet is not raising our floor. He just don't. I'm not particularly fond of small guards anyway. The game is not good to small guards. Allen Iverson were exception, but look how he flamed out. Even Dame Lillard, like, he's good, but he only can go so far because of his size and stuff like that. I'm not a fan of small guards. Like I'm just tired of losing, bro. I'm tired of this. Fred VanVleet will be excellent off the bench. Fred VanVleet will be an excellent guy off the bench at this stage of his career. I'm not going to even hold you. Put our man in the starting lineup. Why not? Let him and Sengun work. Put Fred VanVleet on the bench. I know that's a lot of money on the bench. I think that's where he'll be better suited. Let the young guys come out, establish the pace of the game. Let them run. Let them get the boys tired. Then put Fred VanVleet in. Let him be a tactician. Let him break down, set up the plays, so we can sustain while the runners are out. And then let them come back. Some got to give. Right now, I'm just racking my brain. I'm freestyling, thinking about what we can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Let's let the young guys have it. Let the young guys have it. If the season is a waste, I want to know what we got in our young guys. We know what Fred VanVleet can do. We know what he is. We've seen enough of him to know what he provides. Now let our young guys get. Oh man, if you let him get Fred VanVleet type of minutes, he gonna be a triple-double walking. He'll be a triple-double walking. I wouldn't care if they could put Fred VanVleet and Jalen on the bench, put Allman Thompson and Cam starting. Why not? Why not? It's time out for. It's time out. I ain't had one of these moments this season yet, really. Besides that 3 ball, but it's a like we say down south. It's time to have a come to Jesus meeting. It's time to have some hard talks and some hard decisions to be made. It's time. If you never think it was time, it's time. Development years are gone. If these guys haven't developed yet, sorry for you. Now Cam and Amen, they got a little time because they ain't up for contracts yet. But Jalen, Tari, but Jalen, Sengun, especially them two, you gonna have to pick which type of pace you want to run, which one you wanna kind of I guess build around. And sorry to say, it looked like it'd be more Sengun, but Sengun could play any style of ball. I think we seen him be effective last year inside the system when it wasn't even centered around him. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm racking my brain, bro. Like, it's not too much that we can think. It's not too much that we can really think of. To well, like, what can help this team? Like, yeah, we need the right type of people, but I'm talking about what we got on the court right now. The trade deadline is over. You know what I'm saying? The trade deadline is over. What do we got right now to work with? We're going to have to outrun people. We're going to have to outrun them. We're going to have to get downhill. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. We can't fabricate the type of guy we want out of thin air right now. So either you say the season is a wrap, let's experiment, see what we got, or somebody gonna have to get some type of quality that they haven't had before. All we got is streaky shooter. Jalen a streaky shooter. Fred's a streaky shooter. Jabari, he's probably the most constant 3-point threat that we have. Our man can't shoot. Dylan Brooks can't really shoot. He's streaky. Well, I mean, that ain't gonna. I don't think none of that is gonna change this year. So we gotta tweak it. Run. Let him run. Pick up the pace. It's just time for some hard questions to be addressed, bro. Like, it really is. Am I overreacting? Probably. I'm probably overreacting, but still, I don't see it coming. Throw the ball out there, let the young guys get it. Let's go. See what we got. Let's see. Let me bring y'all up. Let me bring up my CSGs.
CMB. Man, we all we got.
We all we got. Yeah, we all we got right now, bro. We all we got. There it go. There go the link. Hop in here, holler at your boy Space. What up, EF? What up, EF?
Oh
I
my
can't
bad.
hear
What
you,
up,
EF.
fam? Am I echoing? Do I got an echo?
What's up, EF? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear
Yeah, I
EF?
can I can hear you fine.
Rich Bass. Can
Salute,
y'all hear
salute.
me?
What's up? What's salute?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me, Rich Base?
I hear you.
Okay, Space can't hear me for
Oh
some
wow, I
reason.
can't hear y'all. Can
Oh
y'all
shit.
hear EF?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you fine. And I can hear Space fine, but Space having trouble hearing.
Hold on. Can y'all hear the guests?
Yo, okay, yeah. They say they hear
Why
us.
I can't hear 'em? Hold on, real fast. Why I can't hear y'all? Oh, what the problem is? Hold on. I can't hear y'all. Input, output. Dang, what's going on?
Trip man said us. It might be routed on the other end. All right, while y'all wait,
Hold
man, hit
on,
the
real
like button.
fast.
Get the likes
Why
up.
can't I hear? Output.
That boy Space out here hosting the engineering, counseling, you know what I mean, therapy, everything.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Space, space. Space,
Frank,
gotta
can you
get
hear
some
me,
mic.
Frank?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Dang, I can't hear y'all, man. What's
You can
going
hear us.
on?
No, he can't hear us, but
Oh man.
Check, 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 check.
Frank, go
Mic
ahead and
check, mic
talk.
check.
Go ahead and
All right, I
give
feel
your
it. I
takes
got
on
you.
this stuff, man. I'm gonna see what I can do.
I
Y'all
got
go
you.
ahead and
Well,
chop it up.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I think the main issue is the roster construction, bro. Like at the end of the day, they can't shoot. So no matter what we do to generate threes, if they're not shooting and hitting them, it don't matter, bro. And you can see what it looks like when a team hit 3 pointers in the first half. They look like a real team. And when they don't hit 3 pointers, they look bad. That's pretty much what it comes down to at this point. And to me, what that tell me if I'm a GM is I gotta get guys that can hit 3 pointers. And that'll put me in more game. So I got an echo. I don't know if it's space, but whoever it is.
yeah.
Uh,
That was me. I was seeing if I can hear the audio on the
okay,
stream.
you can hear us
My
now.
bad, y'all. Go ahead, Frank.
All right, but yeah, I think it's just the roster is bad. Like as far as like space you're talking about, like yeah, they got to make big decisions, bro. One of the misnomers or what people are saying that like I see once again, I know basketball. I'm gonna stick to. I'm always trust my what I see with my eyes on the game because it's got me to where I'm at. And like people saying like, oh, they can't build around Sengun. Well, how do we know that? Because they haven't started yet. You feel me? Like, so I can't make an assessment on whether I want to build around him based on him being on a team that's not fit for him at all. or anybody. They're just a bunch of random players put together on a roster. That's what it looked like. Bunch of dudes that let me just grab him. You come, you're gonna be on my team. Once again, there's no underlying philosophy behind the team. We don't have a mantra of the type of players we want. We don't have a unifying thought about offense or defense. It's nothing. It's just a bunch of guys that some of them play hard, some don't. Some are good, some aren't. And until you can have a direction, and people say you need a elite player to have it. I don't believe that. You could have a team culture or an organizational thing about like what you like as a team. OKC started drafting the type of guys they drafted before they were good. Like they had a thing. They want guys that are versatile, that can pass and read the game at the IQ level. And they just keep drafting them type of guys till they got to where they're at right now. But Presti is an old GM, so he's been able to flush out his philosophy on basketball over the years. That's one of the things about starting a rebuild with a rookie GM. It's really hard because they don't know who they are. They trying to prove themselves, and they just really don't have the stature to really go full in on anything because they don't know any better. So it's the roster, bro. Like I don't know what they're gonna do. I do think there is a mismatch of play styles with certain players on the roster. Um, I will disagree with Space though about playing fast last year because that got us to being like the 7th or 8th offense and like the 30th defense and one of the worst teams in turnover in NBA literally in the history of the league. So I don't think playing fast for the sake of playing fast is going to help the players because some of the best high pace teams are the veteran teams because they're smart. Our guys don't know how to run a fast break. You see the Cam Whitmores of the world in tunnel vision mode, 1-on-4. Same thing with JG. Hell, with Fred and Dylan. Your vets got tunnel vision. Sengun be thinking he a point guard in open court, which, what I mean, pass the ball up, bro. Like, be trailer. It's just so many things fundamentally that they don't do, like, properly. So I don't think, like, pace in itself is going to help them. I think that pace is a weapon if you got elite minds running that. Like the best transition teams, you think of like the Spurs in open court back in the day. You think of the Warriors with their death lineup when they push that pace. Like you got shooters going to the corners, you got guys trailing, you got smart guys moving the ball. Even if you stop the transition, they setting screens and drag screens on the move. Like you got to have all that, bro. Look at Denver, a top five transition team. Like those teams are really smart. So I don't think that's our. Honestly, at the end of the day, I think. They just got to build out the roster. Like we're not going to go far with playing on a nightly basis with a handicap, and then inconsistent play from Sengun, from Jalen, from Jabari, and like tonight, I mean the game was lost when Sengun got in foul triple. As bad as he played when he's on the court, just by his gravity, he forces the Thunder to adjust their defense, which opens up shots for our guys. And that's all I need to that's why I can tell that's all I need to see, bro. And y'all got a perfect vision tonight. The reason the guys were being selfish when he's not on there because they don't have an offensive structure. There is no player on that team that can generate offense for the team aside from Malcolm Shangoon, which is a bad thing. And that's not his fault. That's the roster fault. Because I'm sure it would be nice if we had two players that could play off of each other with gravity. If we had a wing or a guard that can come off and get us off on his own, that would be nice. But we don't have that. And once again, it's on Jalen not being who he's supposed to be, and then Stone not really. I mean, I don't know what he'd be thinking when he build his teams, but I still haven't seen him put together a real team. So that's to me is just a roster issue, and they just need to just build out a good roster. I did hear one thing today from Coach Udoka on the post game that to me I'm gonna keep my eye on. He said that we're a bad 3-point shooting team. That's significant to me for a coach to say that about a team that they said they were okay after the break. So that tells me he did notice that as the issue. Somebody got loud feedback. Okay.
That space and went in out of space.
Oh, okay. I thought he was flying a rocket ship the way that sound, but Yeah, man. Coach saying that was significant to me. But yeah, what did you I don't know if you guys are go yet, but what do you think?
No, I didn't get to go, man. But I came here. I came here for the smoke today, man. Rocket, hey, chop shop. Y'all finna be mad at me. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Go ahead,
But
do it, bro.
I really don't want to hear shit about Jalen playing bad. I really don't want to hear that shit. I don't even want. I don't even want to go there tonight. This ain't about Jalen playing bad. This ain't about Fred VanVleet playing bad. Because I'm gonna tell you what I seen as a basketball player. In the first quarter, Jalen took four shots. He made one, but he had 2 blocks, 2 steals, 2 rebounds. All right. So he was finding a way to get himself involved in the game. In the midst of the drive, when OKC started to come back, um, every time they would get, an extra point, extra rebound, Fred VanVleet would come down, dribble inside the lane, run over there by the free throw line, and shoot that little midi jumper. That's just smart basketball. Now, did he play great? No, he didn't play great. We got beat by a team that's better than us. So, Frank, I agree with you 100%. The team isn't prepared to be a contender yet. But here's the thing, Rockets fans, we really didn't expect it to. We had high hopes. Okay, that's what we do. We fanatics. But the high hopes was based on our perception, what we perceive would happen based off of what we hope would happen, and we hope we would get a coach like Ime Udoka, who has been an utter failure at this point. He hasn't shown
Damn.
he
Go ahead.
hasn't shown any propensity to make in-game adjustments. He hasn't shown any degree of competence as far as being creative offensively. His defense is archaic and pre-dynastic. Jeff Van Gundy, slow the tempo down at certain points of the quarter. That is not defense. That is time clock management. So if you if you lower the other team's positions, you keep the score closer and make it look like you got defense. This is why the NBA almost failed in the 2000s, in the late 90s, because you had coaches like Jeff Van Gundy who would say, you know what, we just gonna start running our offense at 14 seconds on the clock. And we run the ball, we start our offense. The offense takes 6 seconds. So now we at 20 seconds. We get a ball to somebody in the last 4 or 5 seconds, and they're gonna shoot the ball. That's not good defense, but it make your defense efficiency look good. Frank, Space, I know y'all don't like what Dylan Brooks look like, but Dylan Brooks is our best shooter.
And
He's
that's a
our best.
damn shame, bro.
Dylan Brooks is our best shooter. No, I mean it's a good thing because he's shooting 4 or 5. He's shooting the ball better than anybody thought Dylan Brooks could shoot the ball. And he's one of our better defenders. What the problem that we have is that when one guy doesn't do his job or one guy has a bad game, everybody looks bad. So when the Dylan Brooks, like they say, he don't average a bunch of steals, but he's disruptive. And basically his job, what he does is I'm gonna pester the guy, and I'm gonna make him have to expend a lot of energy. So even if he's the dude who's gonna score 30, it's gonna be a hard fought 30. Now Dylan Brooks come back on the other side, and he giving you 4 from 5 threes. He giving you 3 for 3 threes. He giving you 6 for 9 threes. He's shooting the ball at a crazy rate for somebody who they say can't shoot the ball. A few turnovers, okay, yeah, we'll take that. Couple of
bro. They don't have a center.
There we
There we
go.
go. Can y'all hear me? Yeah, can y'all hear me? I think so. We back.
But,
All right,
okay.
bet. Shout out to y'all for being patient. Y'all missed. Damn, damn, EF was just talking into the ether, bro.
But no ghost. But no ghost. They said they can't hear ghosts now.
Oh Lord.
Can hear Frank, but no ghost.
Uh, EF, go ahead. You probably got to
Uh,
restart your pick, bro.
well, I'm a, from here. As far as the shooters, Dylan Brooks, Boy, they are consistent shooters. Fred VanVleet up and down, but I think the biggest the biggest problem we got, because we talk about the pace. You know what I'm saying? We talk about the pace or whatever. My problem with the pace, it ain't that we don't play fast, we don't play slow, we don't play fast. The coach is supposed to have a system to where you able to, change according to what the hell the defense is giving you. So if the defense getting back on defense, then that means you need to have your offensive set up to where you're doing more than just fluff plays to a dribble handoff. So I'm not at all impressed by Email Udoka right now. That's the bottom line.
I said
I
that
guess it's
too,
wrong.
bro. I said that
I'm
too.
listen. I said a few minutes ago. Email Udoka has failed drastically. Like just it's just been a horrible failure in my eyes as far as what I expected from Email Udoka. Give it. Let me say this. I got so many thoughts. The Houston Rockets are really an expansion team right now. You understand what I'm saying? From top to bottom, Timothy Fertitta, first-time owner. Raphael Stone, first-time GM. Coach, first-time coach. Whole entire roster, under 26. Nobody on our team other than Fred VanVleet and Dylan Brooks. On our whole team, from the owner down, besides Fred and Dylan Brooks, have been around the league. So we not looking like a franchise that's headed nowhere fast. I just think that you have to give an account of the fact that sooner or later it'll start to come to culmination. So as fanatics, as Rocket fans, we really, we do have to do like Frank said. I do this. I mean, like Go said. When y'all hear me talking at a bunch of different angles, is because I'm thinking so many different angles. I've been doing this for over 40 years, thinking all the different angles that the Rockets could move. So you say, man, we need to play fastball and put LP on the bench. No, because you need somebody that when the defense break, when the defense reset, when the defense sets its offense, and you have to go into a half court offense, who do you go to? Now you have to go to your the LP hub. Oh, we need to run LP as the hub. So earlier in the year, everybody was like, oh, LP needs to be the hub. LP needs to be the hub. 30 games later, oh, we need to run fast and just put Ahmed on the court who can't shoot three. Can't be so, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like, it's so sporadic in the way people thinking that it's just ridiculous. It don't make sense. I saw somebody in the chat say, I can't believe that Stone took Fred VanVleet over James Harden. What in the hell? Listen, I know we're in Texas, it get hot, and then it's cold for a little while, and then it's back hot again. So I think we act that way as Rockets fans. There's no way you can sit here and say that you sat on this channel and said we need Harden. Nobody on this channel said we need Harden. I said if we got Harden, we need to do X, Y, Z. Frank said, I'm not ready for the Harden experience. It's going to take away from the guys. Everybody on this channel, on the chat, agreed with that. So nobody could come in here. Nobody should come in here and say, oh, I can't believe he took Fred VanVleet over Harden. You took Fred VanVleet over Harden because you did not campaign on this channel and say, please bring us Harden. I'm going to stand on it. I'm going to stand on my soapbox and say we need Harden.
It was a couple guys.
It was a
that
few.
did it. Yeah,
Yeah, it was a few.
Listen, okay, well,
we see it all. So it was a couple of them.
If you one of those guys, my apologies. I came in here and I said, look, I didn't say we needed a veteran coach. I said we needed a coach that really understood Rockets culture. Give me Mark Jackson. Give me Sam Cassell. Give me Mario Ellie. Give me Kenny Smith. Give me somebody who's been through here as a Rocket when the Rockets was doing good, who understand Rockets culture. Because Rockets culture has always been you play both sides of the ball. You play both speeds. When it's time to get up and down, you get up and down. But up and down don't just mean get the ball out the rim and run it. Like Frank said, you get the ball and throw the full court pass to Vernon Maxwell. Otis Thorpe didn't try to push the pill. You know what I'm saying? You never seen hold on. You know what? Somebody else go, man.
Nah,
Are
I
you
get what
picking up?
I get what EF is saying. I do. I was just throwing stuff against the wall because what we got ain't working, and there ain't no shooters coming. It ain't no shooters
Yeah,
coming, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro.
so, so
That's y'all breaking my heart, man. I don't want to hear all this, man. Because
Frank,
if I listen,
be real.
listen, bro. I
Ain't no
seen
shooters coming,
somebody.
bro.
I think Rusha put a tweet talking about the play in is dead or something like that. Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, man. If they go into what you were saying, bro, about just running experimental lineups, I might shut it down. I might shut down my damn self for the year, bro, and just get ready. I'll shut down with Fred and Dylan, bro. We just gonna get ready for the next year because, like, at this point, this is not what we're supposed to be doing. I get everything everybody's saying, but I think EF is right. I think Ime Udoka, he's left a lot on the table this year. I still the roster is so bad, so bad. Like OKC could swap out a whole starting five and bring in a new five of guys, and they still gonna beat your ass, bro. And you can't compete against that. Like that's really really hard to do. And the reason, like I said earlier, that we look so lost when Sengun is not on the floor because we don't have a single player on our roster that can get their own shot consistently. And so when he's not there, it's just a bunch of guys taking turns. And Jabari has said after the game that they all played selfish in the second half. Well, that's because their point of reference wasn't there. So it's like, okay, if they don't have that post hub, then it's like ISO. Okay, who can ISO on the team? Fred, no. Dylan, no. Jalen, no. And man, no. Jabari, no. So we ain't got no ISO scorers. Even people that like Cam, he doesn't have a handle to really be a good ISO player yet. So it's really nobody that can generate. So if you can't ISO for yourself, you damn sure can't create a shot for a teammate. That's the problem. And Jalen's supposed to be that other guy to be able to carry that load when Shangun trash or he off the court. And that's what I'm still waiting to see. Like to me, we won't see what this team is till we get a scoring guard or wing that is dynamic enough to put that same pressure that Shangun put on the inside when he get the ball on the outside when that guy moving or he's there on the court. And that's why when the things about we should do X, Y, and Z, we haven't done anything at this point. I just feel like we just showed up for this season and just kind of like whatever happens happens and random stuff happened and this guy's kind of good. This player's kind of, but we haven't really built anything yet. There's no philosophy, so it's like I can't say what we shouldn't do because I don't know what we're doing. What we're seeing
Yeah,
right now is nothing. It just look like nothing to me. It's just a bunch of guys out there just trying to take turns hooping.
yeah. That's why I was saying like if we're gonna run through Shangoon, we need that Jamal Murray. Like we need that guy on the offense. You know, on the perimeter. And as much as I like what Fred VanVleet like as far as I mean,
Yeah,
a leadership and he just
yeah.
he's just not. I had said it earlier. His negatives don't outweigh his positives to me. Small,
It's catching.
inefficient. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? Like he can
yeah.
set up the offense, but even when he's setting up the offense, it's mostly like pick and roll, and he does the easiest thing. Like I hardly ever see him do a skip pass to the corner off a pick and roll. Like he don't take that. He don't take chances enough to even, or maybe he just can't see him because he's so short. And then when he goes to drive to the hole, it's like he's either getting blocked or he's getting his shot changed at the rim to where it's inefficient. You
Fred
know
is
what I'm
not a pick
saying?
and roll guard, bro.
Right.
Like I'm gonna just say it. Like he's being as old as he is, Ime ain't even using him right. Like that's not his job. And the problem is though, there is nothing else that the Rockets can do unless that person that's supposed to be running the pick and roll in there. Because when Fred had like Lowry or somebody else that was like a better like floor general, his position is real easy. Fred a 3 and D guard at
Yeah.
heart. That's what he is. He a better shooting Pat Bev, bro. A guy that you supposed to just go guard the other team's best like guard and just shoot open threes, and you might get a couple of touches here off the bench is a thing, but to have him as your lead guard is not long term. That's not, you can't win like that. That's not, he's not that guy. His game isn't diverse enough to be a Jamal Murray or a Fox or one of these type of guys that's doing a Jalen Brunson. I mean, you look at the guards in the West alone. You talking about Devin Booker, SGA. Even CJ McCollum is on a different level. Like we outmatch at so many positions, bro. It's crazy.
And that's why I was saying we need a floor raiser. If we like, we should have went out and tried to get a floor raiser because, like I said before, Jabari 3 years away. Sengun at least 1 2 years away. Jalen look like he's at least 2 to 3 years away.
A decade ago.
Yeah, he's going. You know what I mean? And Tari, he look. I mean, he's gonna be that Dennis Rodman type of guy. Rebound and defense. So he does his job very well. Cam still 2 3 years away. Oh man, 2 3 years away. We needed a floor raiser. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna actually raise the floor for us because our ceiling is high. We can go as far as we want it once these guys flesh out and grow and become what they want to be in this league. But we still 2 to 3 years away, and
Hey,
it's like it's disheartening because we already 3 years in tanking, and it's just it's getting insufferable. But I'm not gonna lie, man, it's starting to hurt my heart.
this is what I want to say for Rich Go. Down the stretch, we talk about Jalen. Down the stretch, um, it was a sequence of plays. Jalen, I don't. The first one when he went to the goal, I think he got the rebound or something like that, and then he got fouled. They go and take the ball out. He came down again. He got fouled again, and so he was trying to get in his bag, and every time he tried to get in his bag, they was fouling him. Boom, he get the rebound. He pass it down to LP. LP get the bucket. So it's 3 or 4 times in a row where Jalen was getting the ball and trying to get in his bag, and good stuff was happening, even though he wasn't getting the shot. This is my problem with Jalen. This is why I say I don't really like to hear the shit about Jalen have a bad game, because Jalen's problem with me was at that point, I want to see Jalen go into Kobe mode. I want to see Jalen go into give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. And instead of when Fred VanVleet start dribbling towards Jalen back up to space the floor out because it's the right thing to do the wrong thing. Run right over to where Fred VanVleet is and say, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. That's my problem. See, my problem with Jalen is not, oh, he shot bad. Or he had a bad shooting night. My problem with Jalen has always been not what's between the ear, but what's in his heart. Do he got the, like people say, a dog? I don't even, do he got that killer mentality? Like, I'm gonna go, like, if Jalen had Jordan Poole's mindset, he'd be a different player.
Yeah, facts. Rich Base,
What's up? Salute.
what's
Y'all can
happening,
hear me?
bro? Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, salute to y'all boys, man. My first time on here, but I be on other platforms. I know y'all know Greenleaf. That's the homie, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's where I be. Yeah, that's where I be at. But I'm gonna be quick and brief, man. I finally got to see him in person today. You know what I'm saying? I finally got to go see a game in person besides watching it on TV. And I said I can really look at it and give a good assessment on what I really saw.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I pretty much been on the off Jalen bandwagon in 20 games this year. I was already out Jalen. I was already out. I saw it from the beginning. I know hoopers. He a hooper. He just like the guy just said. He just don't have it in his heart, man. And one thing you can do as a coach is two things. Is either you gon' I'm sorry, it's just one thing. You can't create a dog. You can only bring it out.
Right.
You can't create a dog. It has to be in you somewhere. It's up to that coach to bring it out you. Jalen don't have it. And I'm not trying to bash him. The dude is a bucket, but he just don't have it in his heart. As far as like you just said, I want to see Jalen go against the grain. I've been calling it all year. I know Udoka wants you to do this, but check this out. Scrap that. Give me the rock. It's been too many times he had opportunities to do it this year, and he just hasn't done it. You know what I'm saying? And whether it's a confidence thing, whether I don't know what it is, but he's just not getting it done. And it's not about him getting it as far as 2 or 3 years down the line. It's you're on the Rockets timeline. Because if they ready to go next year and you still playing and you still not developing the way we want you to, they're going to get you out the door. It's a business at the end of the day. But as far as just as the Rockets in total, yeah, the team is not built right or correctly, man. I don't know what Stone was thinking. Even going to get Jacques Landale. Why would you go get a player that's built like your starting center? Like that, it don't make sense. It didn't add up. You know what I'm saying? It just don't add up. And with Udoka, I just feel like with Coach, man, it's his second year hereditarily. If we want to look at it like that, this is second year, and I think we was expecting him to come in and do what he did to Boston. And as you see in the first half of the season with Boston, it was a struggle. He got it together in the second half of the season. That's when they made their run to get to the finals. But you got to understand, too, he was dealing with older guys that already had been there already. They just didn't get it done. You had an older Tatum. You had an older Jaylen Brown. So the group that he had was way more mature. Well, we bring in Fred and Dillon, but you bring in a Fred VanVleet, let's just be honest. He hadn't been good since the finals. He been okay, as a starter, but he was playing behind Kyle Lowry. So basically we just paid $40 million to a guy just to come in and basically teach these young guys. Not to come in and just be like you said, a floor raiser. We didn't pay him to do that. That's what we really needed. We needed a guy, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. I think what happened was they was banking on Kevin Porter Jr. I'm not saying him being a starter, but he being what we wanted Jalen to be, if that makes a little bit of sense. And I think what happened with KPJ kind of threw the whole plan off. Whatever happened, I think Stone had to make some moves on the fly because that happened. It looks like it. When you go sign an Aaron Holiday, little shit like that, little movie, yeah, Aaron Holiday look good from time to time, but me personally, I wouldn't have picked him up. Me personally. But I just think that the roster is not, it just don't fit, and to me, I don't like too many old guys. You see how old OKC is? I love the way OKC is built. I do. I hate giving them credit because I hate OKC. I do. My wife is from Oklahoma. My wife is from Oklahoma. She was at the game, and I hated it all the way. But I just think building a roster with too many old guys is a bad thing. Yeah, you need veterans. Don't get me wrong. You need them. But too many old guys, I don't like it. I like to say, I like the, what's his name? The big man we just picked up for next year?
Steven Adams.
What's his name? Yeah, Steven Adams. I like the Adams pickup, but you don't know what you're going to get from him. It's like Stone picked these guys. I don't know. I don't know what it is about Stone, man. I just don't know if he's doing his job right. I don't know what's going on. But he got this summer, man. He got this summer to get it correct, because if he don't, man, I expect him to be out the door.
Yeah, Stone.
Like, I really do.
We've been on Stone neck over here, man. Like, I ain't gonna even get on him because I can go on at least an hour about Stone and what he should have did. You know what I'm saying? But I do agree with you that Kevin Porter Jr. Mishap did kind of throw a monkey wrench into the whatever Udoka wanted to do, because if you remember, Udoka complimented him on being such a great catch and shoot player, and they was gonna try to move him off the ball so he can get some open like corner threes and things like that. And he was the best catch and shoot guy in the league from really,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that would have helped us as far as not spacing the floor and things like that. And then if he didn't start, we still had at least a 15, 16, maybe 18 per game player coming off the bench to bolster the bench from scoring. And it did kind of throw a monkey wrench in it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think he was going to be the starting point guard anymore. You know what I'm saying? But a 6 man coming off the bench and can go get you a bucket is just as dangerous, in some situations, especially when the starters are lacking, to where they can win you 4 or 5 games a season just off of their production alone.
Facts. I agree. And the guy said if Jalen had the heart of, I think you said Jordan. Nah, if he had the heart of KPJ, you know what I'm saying? I think Jalen would be 10 times as better. Just having the heart of a Kevin Porter Jr. Because to me, that's the identity of what Rockets coach is. Yeah, like he said, just that hard nose, go get it done type ball. That's just what it is. Yeah, we had the Harden era, okay, whatever. But to me, Houston culture is that hard nose, get it, like you said, play both sides of the floor, go get it, go get it out the mud. That's how I feel that's how I really feel that we are as Houstonians. We're gonna get it out the mud and we're gonna look good doing it. Right now, this to me, hell, this is on the line of what we've been looking at with the Silas era. Just being honest, because at times I turn the game off. That's how I've been the last 3 years. I've been just turning the game off before the fourth quarter. Because either we be in the game and we end up losing or we just get blew out from the tip. And tonight, they look good at the tip tonight. I'm not going to lie. At the start of the game, they looked good. But it's just something about that third quarter. I don't know what happens when they leave the locker room. I don't know what's going on. But this ain't it, man. We're not supposed to look like this. Like okay, listen, we all said play in. I said play in. I don't know what y'all said because I wasn't on the channel. I think I heard somebody say 6 seed. But other than that, I was saying play in. And if we didn't make the play in, at least to where next year we make that leap to where, okay, next year we're going to be there. Next year, I don't know what's going to happen. And it's just too many years in limbo for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just too many years. Next year, we don't know what we're going to be. I want to go into next year saying, okay, we should be here next year. We're going to be here. Next year, I don't know what we're going to look like because we gotta construct the roster, which I knew we was going to have to do anyway. But dang, we need some shooting. Like half of these players might not even be on the team next year. So we're going to have a new makeup. We're going to look different all the way next year.
Half of the players don't deserve to be on the team next year. I ain't going to lie.
Facts.
Like, really.
Who should be the first person out the door?
Jock
No, you can start with the guys that don't play.
Yeah,
Londale. We got 3 or 4 dudes just on the court not playing.
Holiday, Boban. Why is he here warming the bench?
Especially on a night like tonight, where he could have at least, been tall in there.
Nah, they would have cooked him, bro. OKC got guys that just want to go ISO on you.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you said, man. It's just at this point of the season, like Frank said, I didn't think we'll look like this, and you ain't been on the channel long enough. But me and Frank, we always cautioned people when they was yelling at 6 seed. We was like, nah, maybe play in. Because we seen the gaps in this roster that can eventually come back and bite you. Now, what we was excelling at before, while we had a good record, is we was playing hell of a defense. And our defense was keeping us in every game. And we was actually pulling some of these games out. Now, defense done fell back. And now, the holes in the rosters and the weakness in the rosters is really just rearing his ugly head. Like, and we paying for it.
We said this in the summer. Shooting in the back. Like, it's been consistent. We said it in the summer coming in. Like, we need shooting in the back of big, and they didn't address either of those issues. And Coach Udoka said the same thing at his first presser, and he said it throughout the season. And they didn't address either of those issues. So at the end of the day, it's pretty obvious what the issues are. And to me, that's the personnel issue. It's really hard to assess any of our players, honestly, because we don't have a direction. Like, it's just nothing right now, and it's really hard to It's really hard to like win games on that in the NBA against teams that have established cultures and identity. That's on Stone. That's on Stone. And that's his job to do that. I just haven't seen him put together a real roster yet.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah, no,
Frank, you
they
do
need
know
to.
like only 4 teams got a better home record than we got.
Yeah, I mean, that to me, the Ime thing, I think the defense, I know people like EF was going off on him. I think the defense should be a credit to him. I mean, they've been a top 10 defense. The offense is a bit shocking, to be honest, because I thought with the way Silas had the boys playing, we would be an offensive leaning team. But looking back now, we were never a great offense under Steven Silas either. So at least they fixed one part of it. But yeah, I mean, we got a good home record. I think that's cool. But to me, if you lose so much on the road, it means that one, you don't have most of our starters aren't like Jalen and Jabari, like their splits road and away are just terrible. So that means that either they're too young or they're just role players, basically, because that's what happened with role players. The good players are the ones that they bring it wherever it's at. We don't have enough guys that can just be consistent professionals on the road and can carry that over from home and away. And then at the end of the day, our vets, to me, I mean, Dylan, I know Dylan been shooting okay, but I ain't gonna lie, you have dude been like he on drugs or something. Shot
Yeah,
selection is trash. The defense has been kind of bad because he fouls a lot. To me, if you're a defender, you're not supposed to foul that much. That means you're not a good
Mm-hmm.
defender. That's part of
that's,
defense. You
that's
feel
not
me?
true,
So
Frank. That's
I
not
know,
true.
I know your philosophy on like making it tough on the other. I get that, but at the
Yeah,
end of the
But
day,
we talking about as a team, you can
as
get a
yeah,
lot of fouls, but not one person racking up five,
yeah,
six
bro, like
fouls
he
a game.
foul, like he can't foul, and the times he fouls too, key moments, and
that's
like
true.
that's my only problem. Yeah, you can foul the first 3 quarters, but he be getting fouls in the late in the game in the fourth quarter, dumb closeouts, 3 pointers, getting under guys' legs, hitting dudes' hands. Like it's not even the fouls, it's the manner of the foul. Some of them are careless, out of control. But the shooting's been good, but that's about it. Fred, I think he's been not utilized correctly. I don't think like we're asking him to do what Jalen was supposed to be, at least sharing half the burden on. And at the end of the day, bro, all of this it goes back to the Jalen Green. I'm not even trying to rag on Jalen, but Sengun's not supposed to be our best player. He is not.
That's
And the
true.
fact that he is, that's the not saying it's a problem, but with the fact we're here and he's our best player, this is not what's supposed to happen. The second pick is supposed to be the guy that we like. Okay, you know what I mean? Even if he wanted to be Kobe, you know why he can't call for the ball? He ain't got the skills to make those plays that y'all want him to.
Yeah.
Even if he was a dog, he ain't got the bag to even go with the dogness. So at the end of the day, it does come back to Jalen Green being who the Rockets expect him to be. And then you look at Jabari and Tari; those are role players. Cam and the men, they're still defining themselves. So that class of 21, the roster, the GM, that's where we at right now. So I think going into the summer this year, they got to make a decision about that class of 21. They got to fix this roster and they got to look at the GM. I don't think they're gonna Stone is going anywhere, but I mean I don't know. Like it's getting to the point where he's gonna be the one making really big decisions for us, and I don't know if I'm. That's uncomfortable for me. Like he got to decide who to pay. Are they going to extend Fred or restructure his contract? Does he have the skills to be able to negotiate something like that? Because I think that's what they should do with Fred. Then if you get him to change that third year and maybe give him an extra year on it, maybe chop that money down to 20 something million. Yeah, he can come off the bench. Maybe a man can take that role in. Then you can start bringing in, and now Fred is like more of a secondary guy. You got better shooters on the team, but that takes skill, networking. Like I haven't seen it, bro. We signing dudes like Christian Wood, putting the franchise on Kevin Porter Jr., drafting players like Josh. Like I haven't seen a serious GM yet. We can give credit for the draft picks, yes, but at the end of the day, drafting is not just the only thing. You're supposed to develop these kids. Then you're supposed to have a vision as a leader to say this is the way that the ownership and me and my coach want to build this franchise. That's one thing I'll give Daryl Morey credit for. They had alignment from top to bottom with the coach, the player, the GM, and the ownership. They had a style they wanted to play with, and they pursued it, and it brought success because they were decisive about that. That takes balls. That takes like you got to have a certain swag to say, nah, we doing this. This is what we doing. Damn all that. I don't care what nobody say. And I just don't know we have the people in the house to make them type of decisions.
Frank, man, look, this if you look at the way if you look at the players we got on our roster, like in a vacuum, everybody is what they supposed to be, bro. They just not at the level they supposed to be at, and that's why I keep saying it's largely gonna be on the coach, because if you take every player and say, would I rather have somebody better than Torrey Eason? Would I rather have somebody better than Jabari? Would I rather have Cam? Everybody down the line. And even with Fred VanVleet, you say, look at all the point guards in the league that was available this summer. Is there anything we could have done that was a better move than Fred VanVleet? Not really. Dylan Brooks, could we have imagined that he was going to be shooting 50% or 45% from the 3-point line and still pestering people? And, I guess depending on what kind of person you are, you like him or you don't. Like I said, I myself, I like that. Hit somebody, they can't call all them fouls on you. Yeah, I would like you to be a little bit smarter and deliberate when you take those fouls. I know sometimes it's just, I just want to rattle somebody. I'm mad. I'm frustrated. I'm just gonna hit you. And a lot of times it be when we down when he started doing boneheaded stuff. But I mean, is there somebody else that we could have gotten at that time? So with that in mind, I'm saying Stone put together a team that's what you would want the team to be if they reach their potential. Besides that bottom 6 guys or that bottom 5 guys. And those bottom 5 guys, they're supposed to be like fillers or whatever that you put in there. I think that's where you could have took some chances. You could have tried to get some DeAndre Jordan or Andre Drummond's or somebody like that. I think Bay said, this offseason in the draft, we're gonna see what you made of. You're gonna go with the best guy available, or you're gonna pick 2-3 centers in the draft when you know you need a big. You see what I'm saying? So we're gonna find out what you made of, man. I just don't think overall, when you talk about Ime and his defense, he a good defensive coach, but it's so many coaches that's good defensively now that you can't just base and say, okay, he got us from 17 to a 10, because base like Rich Berry said, when he was in Boston, he had guys who had already been a top tier team, and he made them guys tighten up their defense enough to get them to the playoff because people wasn't ready for the defense, and they was already good offensively. But if you remember why he lost, it was because Steph Curry and them knew, hey, look, they're going to play the same way. They're not going to switch up. We just going to pick them apart. 1, 2, 3. We're going to dribble handoff, run off the screen, come back. I'm going to get you on the – they're going to pull this big man out on me, and I'm going to cook this big man every time. And Ime never switched it up. So if that's the kind of defensive coach you are, the kind of defensive coach that'll go into the finals and not switch up your defense, then your defense is like a facade. You know what I mean? It's like,
But can you say that when you in the finals, bro? I know we get like, it's like, you know what I mean? To get to the finals, you got to look at, they went through Milwaukee, Miami, like that was a gauntlet. So to me, yeah, I mean, you lost to the Warriors in the finals. Like, just saying that in itself, you can't ignore the fact that to get through the East en route to that finals, you have to be some type of. I don't give a damn how good your players are. There's a lot of great coaches that have great players that don't even make it to the conference finals. So I know he can coach.
Yeah,
to me, that's not in doubt. It's like it is, and the defense. Like, I don't think there's a lot of coaches that can get a top 10 defense if they wanted to. I think there's a lot of guys that could get you an offense, or they can't do neither. But I think the defenses thing is real. My only problem with his offense is that he's too married to his style of offense, which is trying to exploit mismatches. And the problem with the roster not fitting that is that the only player we have that has a natural advantage to get a mismatch is Sengun. So when Sengun's not on the court or playing bad, we suck.
Yeah.
True.
See,
So
this
like,
what oh, my bad.
Go ahead,
Frank.
Go ahead.
Nah, because I get what you're saying about the coaching. I do. But Stone could have set. He knew we weren't going to be tanking forever. He could have set some of these key pieces in place before we even got here. Like, he didn't necessarily have to draft Garuba. How many first round picks? We had 8. We got Sengun, Tari, Jalen, Jabari. We had Tata Washington. We had Usman Garuba. We had Josh Christopher. We had and somebody else. I'm probably forgetting. We had 7 to 8 first round draft picks. Bro, you knew at that time we weren't gonna keep all of them. Trade some of them already and get team he's making moves now, like getting a Steven Adams, like we should have been making when we was tanking. So when we was ready to compete,
Facts.
those guys were been in place already. He did the thing he doing stuff ass backwards. Like he ain't no way we was gonna be able to keep 7 or 8 first round picks. Get off some of them picks, get established players. Yeah, we was gonna be not good anyway, so it wasn't gonna help affect our draft position to have some of these guys in place. Jared Allen, we still would have been a top 3 pick in the lottery, even with Jared Allen. But once it's time to compete, you got a Jared Allen there already. We wouldn't be having to still look for a big man to supplement Sengun. We would have had some of these pieces in place already. Now look at us. We basically in la la land, bro. We in purgatory right now. And that's
most definitely.
it's
Most
hell.
definitely.
That's
Yeah.
hell to be in as a franchise. Like we don't know who's who, what's what. We don't have an identity. We don't have none of that. A lot of this falls at Stone's feet, and a lot of people just don't see it. Like how you supposed to build a team and project out having pieces in place because you know you're gonna need these type of players in the long run.
Space. I'm gonna tell you what their plan was, bro. It was to get James Harden to save the day. And Ime Udoka threw a wrench in that. And I think that's where you find yourself, where you're looking, because I don't think they ever intended on developing players over 10 years or whatever people think. And they're gonna still go star hunting this summer.
But now you probably gotta move some of your core guys.
Yeah, where you gonna move some of these guys. And I promise y'all, all these people talking about Stone this and patience that, I guarantee you Stone is not being patient. They're gonna move your favorite player if they need to.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to be, because self-preservation is an MF, bro, in the business of the NBA, like Rich Bass was talking about. This is a business. I keep telling y'all, people think I don't, we pessimistic or whatever, but the NBA, they have natural, excuse my daughter going crazy in the background, we have natural, there's a natural deadlines and moves that needs to be made based on the finances. Even if we loved any of these players and we wanted to wait for them to develop, at some point you got to make a decision about that player, or that player got to take a big pay cut based on what they think about themselves. And that's really what's going to thin out some of the core 6. It's not even whether you like them or not. It's money is always going to make everything funny. So I just, this offseason, man, I think they're going to try to go make a big move, because if not, if we in the same boat next year, I mean, you can't really look at nobody else. Ime just got here. I'm sure he's already talking to people maybe Tillman and them, saying, hey, man, because I know he know basketball. Mm-hmm. I know he looked frustrated.
Yeah, man, you can't, I mean, nah, you right, man. Everything y'all saying is right. I just gotta put the pressure on it, man, because you can't tell me that, you haven't won a home and you haven't won an away game. You know what I mean? You don't win away games, and you can put that on the players, man. But we won away games last year. So I mean, how is it that we won away games?
Yeah, what was our away record? I'm curious now.
Not too many though.
I don't know. Let me see if I can find it. But what I'm looking for is how can we win away games on the silence with a worse team, and then get under Ime, and then we suffer, like this away. We just not playing good basketball away. So I mean, it's so much little stuff that bothers me about everything. And y'all know, man, listen, when I say this about Stone, y'all know I've been calling for Stone here from the get-go. You know what I mean? And I'm always going to pull for Rockets. So I said, I don't know how long ago it was, and I said that Kenny Smith said he don't want to be a coach. He want to be in the office. And I said, maybe we should look at getting Kenny Smith. I think that was way last year before the offseason even started. But, like Frank was saying, as far as having an identity, we got a blend of players, dog. If you just think about it collectively, and say like, you know, we got a defensive core of guys. All the great defensive players we got on our team were Tari, Bari, Dylan, great defenders. Even Jay Sean Tate down there, a great defender. And then we got guys who supposed to be good offensively. We got Jalen, we got LP, Bari supposed to be a two-way player. Cam, great offensive player. So all these guys should be able to mesh. And the reason why I feel like they don't mesh is because you don't have enough diversity, you don't have enough variety in your offense, or you don't have enough scheme. Like schematically, I don't know if
you cooking, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if he may sit there and schematically say, hey, we're gonna do this, for this amount of time, we're gonna do this for this amount of time. If they start making a run, we're gonna go with offense, or when they start making a run, we're gonna go with defense. I don't know what his how his philosophies are, and to me it don't. To me, that's the thing. It don't seem like his philosophies are conducive to taking over games. I see times when we come back and get in the games, after we give up a lead and then the team get a big lead and then we come back. But I think that's the drive in our players that we don't really get to see all the time. It's just, I don't know. I'm at a loss.
We last year we was 8-33 on the road.
We won 5 games this year.
Yeah, we only won 5 this year.
So we might match.
But philosophy and personnel got to go hand in hand. So we can't have a certain style of philosophy if we don't have the personnel to match. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get what you're saying, but we don't have that personnel to match that type of philosophy. So I'm not saying Udoka don't have no parts in this, because I said earlier in the stream, maybe he's not as good of a coach as we thought, but I'm not saying that he's a bad coach. It's not like, because we thought he was going to come in, snap a finger and make work his magic. He do need actual players to facilitate what he's trying to do. He had a big man in Time Lord last year. He had 2 scoring wings in Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Yeah, they didn't mesh together, but as soon as he got them to playing on the right page, just when they took off, he had 3-point shooting. All of them can shoot threes. Like even your big man Al Horford, he can shoot a 3. They had big guys that can shoot as well. And we have none of that. We don't have 2 scoring wings that, on the caliber of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, of course. And then the only thing that he didn't have was a true point guard, and he had Marcus Smart running point guard. That was the detriment to them.
Marcus Smart, that was a defensive player of the year, mind
you. Yeah, but he wasn't able to really facilitate.
No, I'm just saying,
what I mean? Like point guard.
To your point about like the level of players,
right? Yeah, the defensive player.
Point guard.
Yeah, and he
his problem player was a defensive player of the year.
Yeah, that was the guy everybody was worried about. It was the guy that won defense. So that team was stacked. Bro.
Yeah, so he had different problems with that squad than he do with this one.
What's his problem player here? I guess it would like if you said who?
It's Jaylen.
Jaylen, if you ask me, you know what I'm saying. It's either Jaylen or Dylan Brooks. Because I see him look at Dylan Brooks sometimes and be like, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely Dylan. But like when y'all hear me talk, y'all probably would assume that I'm caping for Jaylen. Now I know Jaylen is the problem, but I don't think Jaylen being the problem is solely on him. I just don't. I mean, I can't. And that's why I asked this question last stream. If he was under Spo, would he be having these kind of problems? If he was under Mark Jackson, if he was under,
I ain't gonna lie, he probably wouldn't be playing that much. Like, and that's the thing. Like, to me, Jaylen's problem is not. He doesn't have the tools to do what people like we expect him to do. Now the shooting, I can't justify, but a lot of the other stuff is just his game hasn't reached that level. He's just not that good.
But Frank, listen, when he come out in the first quarter and give you 2 blocks, 2 steals, he realized he's not shooting the ball well. He 1 for 4 2 blocks, 2 steals in the first quarter. That shows you a different kind of drive that players on this team that as fans, if you don't really pay attention to that, you don't see that that's what he's doing. You just see he didn't score as many points as you think Jalen Green should get.
But I'm gonna tell you this, yeah, and I agree because I watch all this stuff, and y'all know on my videos I always say I only care because I don't look at percentages really for the games. I just watch it and kind of draw my conclusion. But Jalen's job is to score. That's his job. So
Okay.
it's cool he gave me like I understand what it's cool if he gave me you rebounding, but to me that's basically you telling me like, hey man, just hold this until if I let you borrow money, you owe me like $100. Basically he giving us like, hey man, here's $10, bro. Just like, dude, give me my money, man. Your
Yeah.
job is to score. That's like the role. Everybody has to have roles on for the team to be functional. I don't need Jalen doing Jabari's job because Jabari gonna do that. When you got a good team, everybody has their role. If a guy's job is to come off the bench and give you buckets, if he's going to be on that team, that's his job. If your job is to score and carry the load offensively, that's your job. If your job is to be the defensive anchor and clean up where my other weaker defenders, that's your job. And to me, one of the main, not that it's all on him, the roster is pretty bad, but he doesn't help at all because I think the load, like people are undervaluing how important Jalen's role is on this team. We are missing a huge part of our offense. Huge part, and Fred VanVleet is trying to fill that, and he doesn't have the tools to do so. He's doing the best of his abilities as a 5'11" guard that's 30, just turned 30 today. But that dynamic 2 guard is supposed to be the combination with Sengun to let's go to work. This is what we came in. Maybe KPJ would have done, I don't know. But that's a big part. That's why our offense is so bad. Like our defense, if you got a top 10, we're one of the few teams in the NBA that have a positive net rating and is in the lottery. How does that make sense to us?
I agree.
We got a positive net rating on the season, and we in the lottery. That doesn't make sense. There's teams with worse net ratings than us that's like 3-4 spots ahead of us in the standings.
Yeah.
So it's a weird team. It's just that's his job, man. Like we missing that role. That what you talking about? Give him the ball? Yeah. Like you don't. A big man not supposed to be closing out games, bro. That's so. Like even Joker don't be closing out games. Jamal Murray close out for Denver.
But you
Like,
see,
he clear out.
You see how down the stretch. This was the other point I was making earlier. Down the stretch when he went up and got the rebound, and then Udoka tried to take it, he snatched it from him, got strong. Then the next 3 plays down the court, he made something happen, right? So at that point, when his drive kick in, it's on Ime and Udoka at that point to make sure that obviously I said earlier, that's on him to keep going back to get in their faces and give me the ball, I'm ready. Yeah, okay. So he wasn't ready all game. At a point, he supposed to start calling for the ball. But at the point, at a point, as a point guard, I'm saying, damn, oh yeah, Jalen he just clicked in the mad mode. He just got in the mad mode. Yeah, I got him. Now I can feed him. I can get him wide up. And it's just little things like that. Like, when you talk about a point guard and Fred VanVleet not really being that guy, I campaigned for Fred VanVleet to be on this team because I knew he was the best option. But I didn't see things like this. To where, me, when Jalen snatched the ball from Udoka, I sat up in my seat. I said, oh yeah, here we go. This is the thing that I talk about every time I talk about Jalen. When he get mad, when he got that foul under his ass, the type of level he can go to. And then Fred VanVleet, going to Jalen and try to get Jalen to sit him or do a dribble handoff or something, and Jalen just backed up in a James Harden mode, like, nah, go ahead and run the offense. Because
Let me ask you this. Yeah. At this point of the season, where do you think is Fred should trust Jalen? And to even do because you saying this, you got to mind you, the season damn near over. And they've given him those opportunities, and a lot of times it ended in a turnover, a bad play. And he's had moments where he did it good. But don't you think if I'm a vet trying to win a game, do you think that's in Fred's mind right now? I think the human side of him is like, nah, bro, I'm trying to win. Like I've seen this movie before.
I'm gonna give you my real answer. It's a 2-sided answer, so bear with me. As
After
a
this
point
one,
guard,
close it down, bro.
as a point guard, this is where I'm going. my first thing would be, damn, I want to get about Al Pico. He our best player, but he getting killed right now by Chet. Maybe I can get some little action going where I can get the ball to Dylan Brooks because he's knocking down threes. But Fred, after he thinks those two thoughts, say, guess what? I'm finna jack up some shit. And that's my problem with Fred.
Bro do be jacking.
That's a good point.
He do be jacking. And one thing I want to kind of be cautious on too. I hope Jalen is not that type of guy that ends up balling out in his contract year and then fool us, and then revert back to. Because maybe he come out looking like a star next year because it's contract year. Then we give him that money, then he revert back. You know what I'm saying, Frank? You know how many times we done seen people do that.
Who's did somebody just do that for the team? I'm trying to think. Somebody just gave him a pumpkin after they got paid. I'm trying to think who is it. I know that happens so much in the NBA, bro. Contract year plays, you gotta be wary. But I'd be happy if Jalen balled out his contract year, man, because at least I know he could do it.
He could do it.
Yeah, that was the Trevor Ariza scheme. Trevor Ariza come out contract year and go crazy, and then the next year can't hit no
Wiggins
threes.
did that. Jordan Poole.
Jaylen Brown was looking like it a little bit, but he's starting to pick it up a little bit.
Yeah. I just want to be wary of that Zach LaVine sort of thing. Like, I mean, realistically, if we had Zach LaVine this year then instead of Jalen, we might be a play-in team.
We are 7 seed.
Yeah, we 7 seed, maybe 6 seed, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But oh man, I don't know. We got a lot of answers, man. We got a lot of answers. Well, we got a lot of questions that need to be answered, should I say? And it's gonna be some. This offseason gonna be tough. It's gonna be some hard things tough, and I don't want the fact that we got to get rid of Jalen cost us another core guy on our team because we can't get rid of him if we wanted to. You know, I don't even know what his value is for us to even get rid of him, and he don't have a high enough value for us to get something worth back for him. You know what I'm saying? Not like somebody that's up there, man. I don't know, man. This has been a rather disappointing stream. I'm not gonna lie. It's been disappointing, man, and like we all grasping at straws right now, and I don't think this is where we predicted we would be this late into this season.
Hey, but I predict we gonna beat OKC on Tuesday. I can feel it. I don't know why.
I mean, we beat them once before. We can beat them because we beat them when Sengun eat, and Sengun had a bad game. If Sengun would have been that same Sengun this game, I'm pretty sure we probably would have beat him again.
I think we would have beat him if he didn't get in foul trouble either. I think that killed.
Yeah,
I said it as soon as I was like, damn,
Hey, do y'all think not making the All-Star fucking with Sengun confidence?
Nah, I don't think.
It shouldn't.
I think he's playing bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Dylan Brooks been a pumpkin the last month and a half. I ain't gonna even front. He been a pumpkin. And if we can get that old Dylan Brooks back, the first 20 game Dylan Brooks, we might be cooking. Cause he glossed over a lot of the deficiencies that we wasn't getting from Jalen, the defense and the scoring, because he was actually out there playing a good role. And now it just looked like the clock struck 12 and Cinderella getting her old dress back, and the new carriage is turning into a pumpkin, man. Like it's past the time, bro.
That man jersey turned to rags, bro.
Yeah, man.
Falling apart on the court, man.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
That's what it's looking like, bro.
4 more years or 3 more, however long you're gonna be with us.
Oh man, don't remind me of that, Frank. For real. Come on. Because if he get any worse, maybe I don't know, man. That's gonna be a whole nother discussion, man. I gotta get up and go to work in the morning. I know Frank probably do too. But man, appreciate everybody for coming out. It's been an interesting one. You know, if you like it, like the stream. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the link if you want to become a member. If you want to merch, all that is in the link in the description, man. Y'all are the best CSGs, man.
CMB.
This is becoming more and more.
CMB. Man, we all we got.
We gonna talk through this. Talk
Yo,
therapy for the next 3 years, guys. We
bro,
got
come on. Not the next 3. Come on, Frank. Come on, man. Not the next 3. I can't deal.
Frank's
With
so dramatic.
it.
Nah, bro.
Hey,
I
he
ain't gonna lie.
telling
Y'all,
me, bro. You
y'all be
telling me?
depressed. This was a depressing stream, bro. We gotta win Tuesday, bro.
Yeah, man. I can't
So
do
we
this
can.
again.
I
You,
know. I'm getting the. If we had, bro, I'm gonna say this last. If we got if the season, they give up, bro, like, man, I don't know. I might hang it up with them for the year, bro. I might in next off season, bro. But coming out when off season start, y'all gonna see new videos and everything. I might just hang it up.
straight up. And the reason why, and I'm gonna just say this, we gonna close it out. The reason why we stuck to the silence era because we had something forward to look forward to. You know what I mean? Like, okay, it can't be this bad. Now we thinking we there phase 2, and it's looking like phase 1 still. It was like, oh man, how much longer? Are we gonna be the new kings? Are we? Gonna, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Nah, but appreciate y'all CSGs for coming out, man. Appreciate Frank for dropping through. EF, it's always a pleasure. Appreciate you, bro. What can I say, man? Let's go Houston Rockets, I guess. Peace out.